Hello, friends, and welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be staying at the world's largest hotel. It's right behind me, isn't it?
In 2004, Taipei 101 became the world's tallest building, stealing the title from the Petronas Towers in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, which had held it since 1998. And I can only imagine this pissed off Malaysia pretty bad, as, not to be outdone again, in 2015 they opened the largest hotel in the world, the First World Hotel in Malaysia's Genting Highlands. And I've been dying to go there since 2019, as after our bachelor/bachelorette trip to Vegas, Tyler offhandedly mentioned that he was pretty sure the Palazzo Mega Resort in Vegas was the largest hotel in the world. But after a quick Google search, he was swiftly rebuked, as it actually placed second in the rankings, losing out to none other than the First World Hotel all the way in Malaysia. Take that, Taipei 101. And being in the midst of all of these giant Vegas casinos, I thought, how can there possibly be a bigger hotel than this? Or this? Or this? I must stay there. And from that moment on, we had a new bucket list item. Not only because we are on a quest to stay at every weird hotel in existence, but also because it looks like an incredibly unique experience. I mean, look at it. It's a multicolored behemoth sticking out of the side of a mountain. You reach it via gondola, and it comes complete with a mall, casino, and an indoor and outdoor theme park to boot. What? And so we engineered a filming trip specifically to get us to Malaysia, so we could document our experience staying at the largest hotel in the world, and give you guys the full scoop. Gird your loins, people. We're going in. Now, when you're on the other side of the world, thousands of feet up a mountain, you're probably gonna want some data to maybe upload an Insta story to say, hey, I'm here, or also mostly to make sure you don't get lost up there, in which case, you might want to check out the sponsor of today's video, Saily, brought to you by the same people who made NordVPN. Now, if you don't know, Saily is an eSIM provider that lets you easily purchase data plans whenever you travel internationally. And as we have traveled to a variety of different places on this channel, I can tell you that there's really no better feeling than arriving to a new place, being able to turn on your phone, and knowing that you immediately have data and don't have to skip a beat. So you can figure out how to get to your hotel, message your mom, or check the Sixers score. Seems like they lost.
They're tanking. It's good.
We want to keep the pick.
And the easiest way to do this while avoiding 1. Waiting in line at the airport to buy a SIM card, or 2. Paying expensive roaming fees from your domestic phone plan is to use an eSIM from Saily. All you need to do is download the app, purchase a plan for the country you're traveling to, and then activate the plan on your phone. And boom, the clouds have parted, the sun is shining, you have data. Saily has different sized affordable data plans, including unlimited data in over 190 countries, as well as global and regional plans in case you're planning to visit several countries in one trip. So don't get lost in the Malaysian mountains because you don't have data. Get an eSIM with Saily, and you can get an exclusive 15% off by using code Safiya at checkout on the Saily app or at saily.com/Safiya. But without further ado, back to Malaysia, and let's check out this hotel. So Genting Highlands is about an hour's drive from Kuala Lumpur, despite the way it looks in this crazy photo we saw online where it looks super close. So on our first morning in KL, we awoke bright and early and hopped in a van to drive up the mountain. Now, the actual technical Genting Highlands is the name for the resort area at the top of Mount Ulukali, which sits at about 6,000 feet above sea level. And though you can't technically drive all the way to the top, the more fun way to get there is via gondola that will sail you straight into the hotel. So like 3/4 of the way up the mountain, we stopped at an outlet mall/gondola station called the Awana Skyway.
My ears did pop on the drive, or maybe they kind of didn't, and now I kind of have to try and pop them.
Yeah.
But that might just be my state of being for the next 24 hours.
And though I certainly wouldn't say it's chilly up here, it is much more temperate than the tropical July Kuala Lumpur heat.
I did see someone wearing a full-on jacket, so I think that Malaysians think it's cold.
So we headed into the Skyway itself, in which the giant hotel hype train was already starting strong.
Look, it's time to whoop it up.
That's gonna be us. Whooping, baby.
I guess we're gonna be channeling the Real Housewives of Orange County while we're up here, which is okay by me.
A small note that I just want to get a shot of. Look at this baby 7-Eleven. Isn't it so cute?
But not to get distracted by the shops and restaurants, we headed to the top floor.
My ear just popped.
Oh, yeah?
I got it.
Lucky.
Which is where the gondolas launch from. And then we scanned our tickets and hopped into our awaiting Sky Chariot.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh. I made it.
What happened to you?
I almost fell.
Oh.
Yeah.
And with a jounce and a rumble, we were off.
Ooh, Nelly. Goodbye, outlet malls.
There was a large Baskin Robbins that I was interested in, but we gotta get up.
Yeah.
Now, we sprung for the fancy glass-bottomed gondola versus the normal-bottomed ones, but
It doesn't actually add that much to the view. It just makes it more terrifying.
Yeah.
Because the great view is through the windows.
Right.
This is just scary.
Yeah.
And frankly, the view out the windows is pretty amazing, because on a clear day like this, you can not only see the whole mountainside, you can also see all the way back to what I'm pretty sure is Kuala Lumpur's city center.
You know what this mountain needs? A casino.
I was just thinking that.
Now, after passing the picturesque Chin Sui Temple on the way up the mountain, which is a really serene pit stop that I would recommend if you have the time, as you approach the summit, you start to see a few other buildings on the horizon.
I think that's it.
I'm not sure it is, actually.
Well, the problem is that there's like 8 hotels up there.
Right.
So it could be any of them.
Yeah.
It's up there.
But after rounding the bend past a couple red herring tiny hotels, we caught our first glimpse of our striped destination.
Uh-oh. I'm seeing some rainbow, baby.
I hear the theme
Oh
park.
my God.
And after years of anticipation, we finally laid eyes on the world's largest hotel,
It's a lot of rooms, baby.
confirmed by the giant theme park flanking it to the right.
We wanted to come here like forever.
Yeah, for like 5 years. Yeah.
This is it. There's just a moment.
Oh, it looks packed.
Now this is what dreams are made of, people.
Hello, Genting.
Okay, so before we dive in, we have sort of mentioned some of the stuff that's up here. There's a couple theme parks, a mall, and a giant hotel, but I don't think we fully explained the gist of the entire Genting Highlands, which is overall kind of like a giant resort campus with a bunch of different buildings. I think at least most of them are under the general Resorts World umbrella. Yes, that's the same Resorts World as the one on the Vegas Strip, as well as on Sentosa Island in Singapore.
Okay, it's simultaneously crazy, but also kind of looks like the Resorts World.
Yeah.
And a lot of the different buildings are connected to each other via this giant mall, which is where the gondola dropped us off, Sky Avenue. We're gonna be spending a lot of time in here, so we'll loop back around and show you guys more of it in a second, but it also contains the indoor theme park, Skytropolis, the Sky Casino, and has an entrance to the outdoor theme park, Skyworlds.
All right, so we actually came to this like parking lot in the back to try and get a shot of the rainbow towers. It's kind of hard to get a shot of them because they are attached to the giant mall that you are consistently walking through.
Yeah.
But there it is, the largest hotel in the world.
And Genting Highlands as a resort area has been a thing since the early 1970s, with a general idea of being a refreshing mountain resort to cater to Malaysians and tourists alike.
There is also some weather rolling in, it looks like.
And besides First World Hotel, there are 7 other hotels in this general area. A couple that are actually newer and nicer than First World Hotel, a few that are on the older side, and one that is apparently super haunted.
Mystery building.
Although people also say that First World Hotel is haunted too, so that's not my favorite fact ever. And the First World Hotel is made up of 3 towers, the most recent of which, Tower 2A, which opened in 2014, actually snatched the title of world's largest hotel back from the Palazzo in Las Vegas, as apparently the two had been going back and forth before then.
This makes me want to go to Vegas, stand outside the Palazzo and go, haha, suck on that.
Okay, so with that all established, let's head back inside before any rain clouds roll in. Now, back inside the giant mall, Sky Avenue, one of the things we noticed right off the bat is just how damn bright it is, as it is covered in a giant continuous screen that spans almost every available surface.
The entire mall is a TV screen.
Yeah, it really is.
And it does make any time spent in here a pretty overstimulating experience, like you are a tiny baby with a giant iPad.
Resorts World has seen stats about screen time. They're like, we could beat those numbers.
These are rookie numbers, okay? We need to get these numbers up.
And kind of like a retail store playlist, the screen plays the same 5 or 6 ads on loop, so they get burned into your brain pretty quickly.
It's Durian Fest 2024.
It's like the Malaysian Wing Bowl.
Until the day I die, I will never forget Durian Fest 2024.
We want Durian Fest, baby. Where is Durian Fest?
Where is Durian Fest?
Now, aside from the whole giant screen thing, it is a pretty good mall with a very solid store selection, as well as some fun Genting-themed souvenir shops, which we of course stopped by.
What happens in Genting stays in Genting. Oh, sorry, no, never mind. It's always happening in Genting.
They were also giving out some free samples of durian chocolate that my durian brainwashed mind could not resist,
It smells potent.
Oh, yeah?
which was really not as bad as it sounds.
Oh, wow. Savory.
Creamy.
The chocolate does sort of temper out the initial durian kick, though it does have a pretty strong aftertaste that lingers.
Should we get some?
We gotta take some home.
Yeah. Let's haste some people.
Now, as the catchphrase on my tote bag implies, the Genting Highlands overall does have a sort of Vegas-y vibe to it, and beyond just shopping, it has a lot of the touristy staples that a Vegas or a Pigeon Forge or like a Myrtle Beach might have. Like on the top floor, they have a Ripley's Adventureland,
Which I've never heard of.
What is that?
It's usually like a museum.
Yeah, it's a place where you believe things and you don't believe things.
which, believe it or not, ended up being more like a Dave & Buster's than a museum, with like an arcade, go-karts.
There's also a Pizza Hut and dinosaurs.
Yes.
The ticket booth is a Trojan horse.
along with a fish catching station and a fish pedicure station.
Those guys seem really big.
They've been eating well.
Don't they seem bigger than usual?
I don't know about you, but I am not putting my foot in there. Like Vegas, there are also a lot of restaurants up here, and even some celebrity chef restaurants, more on that in a bit, as well as one of our favorites.
Ooh, Din Tai Fung, Saf.
Din Tai Fung?
Yeah.
Should we go?
That's a game changer.
Right now? Post-haste?
Which, yes, does have a location in Vegas too. And then finally, to complete the Vegas comparison, one of the major draws is that there is a Sky casino here. However, unlike a Vegas casino, this one is much more serious, and you would be much more ill-advised to film in there.
You can't film it.
No.
No. Tyler didn't go in just to see it, but apparently there were like signs every 5 feet being like, do not film or you will be prosecuted. We're not gonna
Not in foreign countries.
If you want to see what the Sky Casino looks like, you're gonna have to come yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. We can't show you.
So after that roller coaster of emotions, we figured it was time to escape the bright lights and check out our digs for the night. Now, the First World Hotel is the world's largest by number of rooms.
Whoa, 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 don't block how many rooms there are.
Let's go. Let's f***ing go.
Which means on any given day, there are a lot of guests trying to check in. And accordingly, the check-in lobby is pretty crazy. Aside from being packed, it has many self-check-in kiosks for those who have a handle on things, and a nice long line for those who need some assistance.
I need some help.
I need some help.
Yeah. How do we do anything?
And I think it's pretty self-aware about how overwhelming it is, because it also has like a serene decompression station in the corner.
That's not a wall or a screen. Those are clouds.
With frankly stunning views of the cloud-covered rolling mountainside, as well as manual-powered elliptical machines to sweat off the check-in blues.
All right, I need some help. Hold on. I have some momentum I can't stop. All right, I survived the lobby. Let's go.
After grabbing our keys, we set off down this very long corridor towards our elevator bank, which was lined with a bunch of enticing-looking cafes and some very enticing views of the mountainside out the window, which only got better once we rode the elevator up to the 27th floor.
Oh my.
I wonder if one of those are the haunted ones.
They look like they could be haunted. Then again, every time we talk to our fixer, he just says they're all haunted, so.
Yeah.
I like how this direction is just fog.
Now, as for the question of the room,
Come on in.
we don't have to sugarcoat it. It's not great.
Well, it's sort of interesting.
Right?
It's pretty small.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell the freshest.
No.
There are some decor choices that I do like.
I like this like abstract textured wall.
I like the vibrant yellow of the bathroom and the nice bonus next to the toilet.
I get in, turn around.
Oh. Hello, sink. It's a small bathroom.
So we have like a hand washing sink next to the toilet over here, and I guess like a skincare sink with more space over here.
2 sinks, baby.
Not so bad, huh?
His and hers.
But I can't say that I'm a fan of the view, which is just the side of another tower about 5 feet away.
At least is nice and colorful,
Right.
but it's not a great view.
To round out our tour, we did do a bed drop.
Wait, I ran out of bed.
Sorry, 2 bed drops.
Listen, it's not great.
It's pretty hard. There's not a lot of plush action.
No plush. Yeah.
But I don't see any spots or anything.
No.
So overall, not a great room, but we'll live.
I will say, I really appreciate this fan just booking it. Like, it is seriously generating some wind, because there is no AC.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Okay, so if there is no actual AC, then the fan's doing well.
Yes.
Now, it does seem to me, kind of like with some Vegas hotels, that the hotel room itself may just be a crash pad.
Come on out.
and you might want to spend most of your time outside of the room doing activities. So first up, we stopped by the Skytropolis indoor theme park, which is really not too shabby. Actually, it's pretty nice and new and sizable.
I like how the indoor theme park is like way calmer than the LED panels outside.
Right.
The atrium is way more distracting than the theme park.
It's actually it's a little relaxing in here.
It's calmer.
They have a lot of carnival-esque rides, like a large Ferris wheel and this vomit machine, some carnival games with some enticing prizes, like some Safiya-sized giant bananas. Occasionally, a zipliner will fly through. There is one pretty legit roller coaster called the Super Glider, which is a lying down coaster. We did do this one, and it was kind of intense and very fast.
That was the most painful roller coaster I've ever experienced. That was great.
Because you're facing forward, there isn't that much of a dropping sensation, but because of the way you're strapped in, the majority of your weight does go on your chin.
Dude, my chin kind of hurts. A little. I think my chin was like getting jostled the whole time.
Yeah, you have like a cage on your head.
So that would be my only warning.
Yeah. Their chins are gonna be killing them in 5 minutes.
But after some recovery time, our jaws were ready for dinner. And we did promise a celebrity chef restaurant.
Madam Kwan's, baby. There she is.
Madame Kwan is a Malaysian celebrity chef who is well known for being a successful restaurateur and the queen of nasi lemak, as well as for her signature hats. And she serves up Malaysian fare with a modern twist.
Could my shrimp be vibrating because of the bass of that singer?
Karaoke will do it to you, man.
We tried a lot of things on the menu, but some highlights were the nasi bojari, which was Madame recommended, and came with tricolored rice, prawns, beef rendang, a boiled egg, which I vultured,
Nice egg.
and a fried chicken drumstick.
Oh damn, it's good. It's so marinated.
Accidental dramatic zoom.
This is an awesome meal.
We also liked the fruit rojak, which is basically a crunchy peanut and sesame covered fruit and veggie salad with soft-shell crab.
The soft-shell crab is just like fried substance. It's very good.
And then, prompted by our durian brainwashing, we did also get a durian chendol for dessert, which is sort of like a shaved ice dish with a crown of Musang King durian on top.
So is this just a pile of durian? Okay, it's not ice cream.
No, it's not ice cream. It's just durian and durian.
The durian did overpower most of the other flavors in the dish except for the red bean, which really held its own. I don't know if this will make sense, but together they kind of had a starchy, sweet, chestnut type flavor.
I love that some lady's just belting it in the background.
She's just our background music.
This is how the evening is unfolding at Resorts World, okay?
After dinner, we did check out the High Line, which is their open-air nightlife area on part of the roof of the mall,
This part's like partially outside.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
It's nice weather.
featuring a fair few bars and clubs, all of which were emanating the sweet, sweet sounds of karaoke.
Rockin' that's a happy birthday, baby. Oh, Harry Ramsden.
And another celebrity chef restaurant, Harry Ramsden's, which we had seen signs for all over and ignorantly thought was a knockoff Gordon Ramsay restaurant, I think because of the Rams prefix, but it turns out he is actually one of the OG fish and chips dudes.
I'm trying to think if I can manage the fish and chips, but I don't think so.
No.
I'm very full.
Very full.
So, sorry Harry Ramsden, I was not familiar with your game. But after a nice evening stroll, we knew we had a lot to do the next day, so we retired to our room.
We're watching The Shawshank Redemption on this TV, and there have been no commercials, and it's been like at least 45 minutes. So I'm pretty pleased.
And after concluding our evening with the best movie ending of all time,
Yes! Let's go!
it was off to bed. See you guys in the morning.
All right. Good night.
Now, our night was pretty uneventful. Room was fine, fan was nice, bed was firm, and thankfully we didn't experience any hauntings.
We did also take showers this morning. The water pressure is quite good,
Very good.
but the towels are very sad.
Barely towels.
They're like thin cloths. There's like no like body to them at all.
Advanced paper towels.
Yeah. I don't know how to express to you how much I don't like these towels on camera.
And after saying goodbye forever to the cursed towels, our plan for the day was to hit the outdoor theme park. So we needed to fuel up and get some breakfast. And the weather was looking beautiful for us out the window.
Oh, everything looks way less haunted than during the daytime.
That one over there looks nice, actually.
Yeah.
But we did get very lost on the way to the breakfast buffet. Turns out the hotel is huge.
Maybe this is an 8
Yeah. It is really blue in here. That's not just the camera.
But after walking around for 30 minutes in the different towers,
We can't find breakfast.
No.
We're looking for it.
Oh, food factory, is that right? It says food factory up there.
That could be good.
we finally found it. I won't go too much in on the breakfast buffet because it was extensive, but I thought the spread was quite good. Sweet, savory, Eastern, Western, Southeastern, eggs.
This week game on Friday.
Yep, this one.
Yes, please. Oh yeah.
This led to some pretty hodgepodge plates on our end, but we were very pleased with what we got.
And that's my kind of breakfast.
Yeah.
Crunchy, heavy on the eggs.
I got banana cakes because I love banana and I love cakes.
I like the justification.
I love breakfast.
And after sufficiently fueling up, it was time to head out. So we headed to the outdoor theme park that adjoins the world's largest hotel. The park itself is pretty new and specializes in niche IPs. In fact, they say that is one of their specific draws. Originally, it was supposed to be a 20th century Fox world, but when Disney bought Fox in 2019, they said, no way. And so now it's called Genting Skyworlds, but most of the IP is still Fox. And once inside the park,
This is very legit.
I was actually pretty impressed by the scale and how detailed it was. Like, it feels like Universal Studios in here.
This is nice. This is a far cry from the LED screen blast.
No, this is actually super nice, and it's not that crowded right now.
No, it's beautiful.
And now that we're in, let's do a quick tour to get the lay of the land. Now, a lot of the themed areas at the front of the park are like America themed.
United Steel Corporation, Golden Gate Garage, hot dogs.
There's a Pittsburgh/San Francisco area, and then a New York area with a Central Park garden. Quick note, we do like this theme park overall, but we do have to mention that part of the Central Park area did burn down.
That thing was definitely on fire.
I think that's where the Night at the Museum ride was.
Yeah.
There is a theory that the fire came from a stray cigarette butt, but that can't be confirmed. And then to round out this front region, there's also like an American West motorcycle Cars Land looking area,
I love seeing what like other countries deem to be like America core.
Yeah.
which is very cute and has some merch that caught my eye.
Yeah.
Is it because it says Genting Skyworlds theme park at the bottom?
Yeah.
And then towards the back of the park is where you really start to hit some of those niche IP lands.
Oh my god, the fog rolled in and the Ice Age Mountain disappeared.
We better hit this Rio thing before it starts raining.
Starting with Rio Land, which is a movie I've never heard of before from 2011, starring Jesse Eisenberg and Anne Hathaway as parrots. Turns out it was actually pretty successful, so maybe I'm on the outs here.
Oh, someone's going out.
It's that guy. He's got like crazy Crocs on.
Oh my god, I want them.
And I will say, I really appreciate the dedication to these IPs I don't know, because the details in all the lands are pretty impeccable. Also note, just for me, the return of the giant bananas. Tucked in the back is Epic Land, which is also a movie I don't know. From the trailer, it looks like it has a Thumbelina vibe, but we'll swing by there later. And not just because it's one of the only IPs I recognize, I think the Ice Age area in the back is pretty much the marquee land of the park. It's pretty big, and the mountain is very tall and visible from all areas, kind of like Matterhorn vibes. And as the clouds were starting to descend, our plan became more urgent. We had to do any rides we wanted to before the rain set in.
There's a 100% chance it rained at 2 o'clock.
Starting with Scrat's Acorn Adventure.
The motivation is pursue the acorn.
Yes.
Right?
I think Scrat ended up being like the breakout star of the Ice Age franchise. And if you don't know him, he is a squirrel who endlessly pursues but never gets an acorn. This is one of the more major coasters at the park, and it's not totally a baby ride. Like, it does go pretty fast.
I don't know if my back's coming back from that one. Oh, that's fun.
And after reviewing some YouTube videos, it appears Scrat does finally get that nut at the end. So yay.
I couldn't follow the story at all.
Yeah, it was
Kind of a
whiplash.
roller coaster,
Yeah, it was
though.
good, really good. Yeah, good roller coaster.
From there, we passed through a futuristic Andromeda base area, which featured some space bananas, to get to Robots Land, which I wanted to stop by because Robots is another IP I know.
Maybe a kiddie area? It
Yeah,
looks kind of like Toontown a little bit.
a little bit.
I also don't remember that much about robots, except that Amanda Bynes is in it.
Unfortunately, the main ride here was closed, so instead, we did do the baby ride, Big Weld Zeppelins,
Saf is steering us.
I'm just going straight up.
and it's pretty much just like the Dumbo ride at Disneyland.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
That was a nice 45 seconds.
And after a last-minute ride on Rio's Samba gliders, we decided it was rainy enough to poncho up.
Backwards.
Both of us were backwards.
But we were still hopeful that it would just be a passing shower.
We should probably keep them on in case.
Keep them on for the next 20 minutes and see what happens.
Yeah.
Now, I would say in general, one of the best parts of any theme park is the food. And from a couple viral videos that we saw, we knew Skyworlds had a few interesting looking dishes that we wanted to try. We were gonna go to the Harry Ramsden's in the theme park for some fish and chips, but unfortunately, it was in the part that had burned down. So to start off our mini food tour, we circled back to the San Francisco/Pittsburgh area and headed to the Golden Gate Garage to get a fuel injector.
Pure fuel, baby.
I mean, what better way to honor the world's largest hotel than by getting what I can only guess is the largest hot dog in Malaysia,
The biggest little hot dog in Malaysia.
which is an 18-inch chili dog with chili packed both below the wiener and also a hefty serving on top.
18 inches of pure fuel. It's like a little suitcase.
Now, when confronted with this dog up close and personal, it is pretty formidable.
We did not get any utensils besides 2 knives, but I think that we can do this.
Partially because the dog protrudes out of the sides of the bun because it's just that damn big.
They also got meatball sub.
It does.
But the fear factor pretty much ends once it's in your mouth, because it's really not that intense of a dish flavor-wise.
Really good, just kind of like tomato saucy and warm. It's not completely unlike a meatball sub. In fact, it's like a meatball sub.
In fact, it's a lot lighter and less greasy than you would expect a giant chili dog to be, because it's chicken chili and chicken sausage.
I love it. Honestly, 18 inches of hot dog for 2 people is not crazy.
I think that we can make it dent. How much do you think we have left? 12 inches?
Yeah.
Now, as we were tackling this behemoth, we did notice that the promised rain had finally arrived in dramatic fashion.
Whoa! Oh my god, the gondolas are completely gone.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we were chilling under like an awning over here,
Unthankfully, more of our items are that way.
so we flipped our ponchos into sports mode and set off into the rain.
All right, ready?
Yeah, we're doing it.
We're going to Ice Age.
All right, don't fall.
We had traveled thousands of miles and scaled thousands of feet,
All right, this is crazy. Oh my god. Go, under the awning, under the awning.
and we weren't about to be undone by a little torrential downpour.
I like how we were bragging how the rain had stopped once we put on our ponchos.
Now, I think when you're so high up, you're almost literally in the cloud as it passes through, and it is cold in there.
All right, this is a bad stretch here, but that's our home stretch.
Here we are, not riding the Andromeda ride. Trying to get in the freezing rain to this frozen treats place.
And there was a little bit of thunder and lightning going on, which we felt extra close to.
So let's go. 3, 2, 1, go, go, go. Don't slip, don't slip. Go, go, go. Oh, we did it. We made it. Okay. I don't know if my camera did, but we did.
But it was all worth it to get to Crash and Eddie's frozen treats hut in Ice Age Land to pick up a signature iced Kacang.
I also got the hot latte, just because.
My hands are like frozen.
Yeah, why don't you just hold this for a second?
Yeah.
This is sort of a shaved ice dish. I'm not sure of everything that's in there,
It tastes like Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, I love it.
but I'm pretty sure it at least has lychee jelly, dragon fruit, and definitely crushed peanuts on top.
It's actually very flavorful.
Yeah.
It probably would have been great on like a hot sunny day, but on a cold and very wet day, it is a little cold.
Was it worth risking our lives for? It wasn't that dangerous, so yeah.
We're fine.
We're fine.
But as you can see, this taste test is essential for the overall narrative of this video. And given that we're clearly dedicated to 100% completion here, so is the next one. But before heading back out, we needed to buy Tyler another layer in the Ice Age gift shop.
Oh, I have an acorn lover. Don't you need this?
We need layers here.
Because despite the coffee, he was losing feeling in his fingers.
Double hood.
Double hood.
Nice.
What's wrong? Camera in.
Oh, I carry her like this.
All right, precious cargo.
My genius plan.
All right, let's do it.
And our final item was over in Epic Land.
Epic, baby.
And while I still don't know anything about the plot of this movie, it is very cute over here.
It's like a Bug's Life, right?
Yeah, I think.
But miraculously, after finding a toadstool to shelter under, the storm broke.
Woo! All right. We're back in business, baby.
And we were sitting pretty, camera still dry-ish, next to our final kiosk.
And this is Mub and Grub's Big Bites, baby.
Now, semi-unfortunately for us, their signature item was also a cold item, a bubble waffle with ice cream on top. But with the sudden turn of events, I was just riding the good vibes here, man.
I don't know this IP at all, but the fact that we received this item and it stopped raining makes me love it.
It's
Instant positive association.
Although that was slightly dampened when we entered this completely deserted room to do our taste test and were told very sternly not to sit there. This dish is also pretty good, though the waffle is a bit plain by itself. I think on a hotter day, the ice cream would melt into it, and so the waffle would be a bit more moist.
It's actually like just a really good bread bowl almost.
Yeah. But we were fans of the pandan kaya syrup.
Pandani?
And after some prototyping, Tyler figured out how to smoosh the whole thing into a giant taco.
I think that is maybe how you're supposed to eat it.
It's pretty great. You want to try it?
Yeah. Which worked well, flavor-wise at least. Now thoroughly fueled, soaked, and wrung out like a wet rag, and also all on top of a mountain to boot.
I'm seeing some sun.
I know.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm so confused.
I know.
Emotionally.
I think it's about time for our review. And kind of like our day at the theme park, where there was a little bit of sun, a little bit of rain, a little bit of good, a little bit of bad, so was our experience in the Genting Highlands as a whole. Like, it's kind of not that nice, but some parts are pretty nice. Like the mall and the restaurants, and I like the breakfast buffet a lot, and it's kind of nice, but some parts are not that nice. Like the hotel rooms, and the towels in the hotel rooms, and the potential hauntings. We have been wanting to come here for like 5 years just to see what it's like, and I am very happy that we finally made it here. But after experiencing the whole thing, I think I can safely say that at the world's largest hotel, the hotel is the worst part. Everything else is pretty good. But excuse me while I drink my detoxifying herbs to help with my Genting hangover.
Oh my god. That is bitter.
Because it's about time to head back down the mountain. Subscribe for more herb content. We're trying something new here. Like if you prefer the old outro stings.